Good after morning, everyone. Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day. I'm joined by the man that we call the captain of the 86 inch. Way. I'll read
Hello. How we doing? How we doing, boys and gals?
Not too bad. Not too bad. A little birdie tells me that between us, we pack a whopping 86 inches. Is that right?
Absolutely, Graham, yeah. No denial this side.
So for those of you that might not have seen it, you may not have seen it. We did post last night and we reshared it this morning. As we promised yesterday, we would start sharing a little bit of a look behind the old curtain as to what we are doing in terms of upgrading the ICU studio. We are Ice Cream Uploads. We stream from this setup, which is my setup, this setup that you can see here, which is Bibby's setup, and then we have the big central ICU studio, which is beautiful. And also, about coming close to 5 years it's been installed, something along those lines. I think end of this year it'll be 5 years since we installed that studio. So naturally, streaming, broadcasting, and the quality of our content has moved on quite a bit. So we wanted to push the broadcasts forward by upgrading the quality of the studio. So from next week, we'll bring you the show on Monday. We will probably bring you some sort of like ramshackle show on Wednesday, and then we'll have the show on Friday. Tuesday and Thursday are almost definitely not going to happen. Tuesday is definitely not happening. Thursday, I imagine, is also not happening next week because we are starting construction on the studio. If you didn't see it yesterday, I can share the thread with you guys as well. So we did post out on social media the thread of the upgrades. You know, I'll take you through it while we're here on stream.
Why not?
Might as well. Let's go on a little bit of a journey through the Twitter sphere. So this is the thread last night. Obviously, this is the ICU studio as it looks like now. Obviously, you can't quite see it. Blurry background and stuff, artistic picture and stuff. But you get the point. That's the studio as it is. Blue background, up lighting, desk, nice camera, job's good. And well, we are upgrading a bit of everything. We've partly purchased ourselves and partly been #gifted by Elgato some new microphones for the studio. So we do have Blue Yetis within there, but just like we have in our home setups, we are going to Wave 3 microphones. So we've got Wave 3 pop filters, low profile mic arms, everything. You can also see at the bottom there, we've got a Camlink Pro, which will help with the broadcast, multiple sources in, Stream Deck, face cam. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So things are going to look good. As well as that, we've also invested in some of these, which are wireless lapel mics. So when we're up and about in the studio, if we're doing any green screen stuff, we've always had to have like handheld remotes or trying to put headset mics and stuff in there, which gets a bit messy. So we will have wireless microphones as well. We have a new design for the back wall, which we've tried to. I mean, a lot of people would say we've gone for that urban loft brickwork style. What we really did was try to just emulate Nietzsche's setup at home. So we've gone for the
Dungeon.
Yeah, exactly. Nietzsche Sex Dungeon. There you go. So we've got a brickwork style that we can swap in and out. So we've got the blue backdrop as well as brickwork. We also have this. This is a new PC. So we have two PCs in the stream setup. One for playing games, which we don't really use that much, and one for running the stream. The one that's been running the stream has been in there quite a while, and it does everything it needs to do when we're running the stream from the studio. But if we wanted to push that, it would probably struggle. So we've invested in building out a new one. This one's got the 4K 60 Pro graphics card in, big old beast from Scans. So hopefully the streams, they've never been problematic, but you won't even notice, which is exactly what we kind of want it to be, that the streams are running even smoother in the back end. As well as that, this video you might have seen yesterday. I will play the video through. Basically, on the back setup, you can see just where Baby's arm is there. We have two, I think they're 42-inch TVs on the back walls, which 42-inch TVs are pretty big TVs. We have those for branding. They're not perfectly placed, though. So when the TVs are on the walls and we've got the camera central, you don't quite see all of them. There's a bit of them cut off and so on. So we wanted something behind us, which is where this comes in.
The first part of our studio upgrade has been delivered, Graham. JVC, 43 inches smart TV. Not going to tell you where it's going to go yet, because obviously that's kind of a secret.
It's going to go in this gap, isn't it? That
It's
big
just
gap.
going to go. I don't think it's quite big enough, though, Graham. I don't think it'll do the job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What about this? Do you reckon this will do?
What do you mean? Like, do you mean the 86-inch? Man, look at the.
This might just fit. This might just fit on that back wall over there.
Do you know? Okay, let's put that one in front of it. Let's put that one in front of it. Come on, put it down there for size. That's a 43-inch screen next to. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. That is it. All right, babe, we've heard it. Calm down. It's all right. You don't have to say it again. It's fine. So that is it. That is what we are planning to add into our studio setup over the next few weeks. We have an 86-inch screen, better microphones, so better audio, better cameras, so it gives you better visuals, and better branding and backdrop. So everything you see will look and sound even better. Nice. So for anyone that does support our channel, there's a lot of you that do drop subs, drop bits, gifted subs, donations, all of that stuff. We don't take a single penny for ourselves. We don't take any money out of the channel. Obviously, that's not to shame anyone that does. Naturally, content creators use that stuff to live. We always say this is our side gig. We have daytime jobs, which is why we have an ish start time of the show. All of the money coming from the channel, we always say goes back into the channel. So now we can finally show you where that money is going. So PCs, screens, everything. We've been saving up every penny that's been put into the channel for the last 4 years. And that is where it's going. So thank you very much, you beautiful people. You guys made this happen.
LAN party when?
Like that. Just be a party. Just all sat in front of the 86-inch screen. World Cup in December kind of thing. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Jump back through the chat. We have the Lotus, the Driggermeister, who has been here since early doors. Nice. Also, actually, let me shout out because Lotus has mentioned it in the chat early doors. Shout out to Gaming Nacho, who is currently streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/Gaming Nacho. He is wearing one of these ICU blackout baseball caps. His hat arrived today. He's wearing it on stream, so shout out to him. Also, shout out to Mr. Asim Tanvir, the loot drop winner from the prize earlier this week. He now has his hat too. That has turned up today. So GG's boys. Also, he's in the chat. Mr. Gagad himself, he has his hat. He shared a picture with us in the exclamation mark Discord, so do feel free to check that. Also, I want to shout out Bib as well for messaging Gagad back on Twitter. So Gagad shared a picture of himself in his hat, and Bibby has responded saying, "Hi, this is Bibby. I just want to say, seeing how good that curved peak looks on you has made me rethink all of my headwear choices. I see now that flat peaks are foolish. Yours, definitely Bibby, 100%. So GG's Bib for responding to Gagad with that message at 10:47 this morning.
That's some fraudulent activity that's been going on my account, if that's the case.
Definitely Bibby, 100%. It says it right there. So thank you, Your Honour. Let's move on.
Shout out to Pirate as well for buying not only one hat, but 2 hats. He went for the curved and the flat, which have arrived, and pictures are in our Discord as well. So again, you guys that are coming in clutch and actually supporting us with the merch, which was a pipe dream for us in terms of getting these hats ordered. We just thought it might be cool for me, Graham, and the rest of the ICU team that you guys don't see, our designers, our editors, people who make our transitions and stuff like that. The guys that you don't see, we thought it might just be cool to have our own merch, but you guys wanted it. We got more. You guys actually said that you wanted to buy them, so we put them on sale, and you guys have actually fucking bought them, which surprised me. It surprised me, if I'm being honest. I mean, the guys at the post office are probably sick of our faces, having to go in every day to obviously give the boxes to them. Which, by the way, if you are going to be ordering any over the weekend, we will not be in the building until Tuesday, which we will then get them sent out for you to receive them on the Friday-ish if you live in the UK. So if you are looking at planning to order any now, you don't expect to get them until this time next week, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. We're only in the middle of the week, so anything ordered after Thursday takes time for it to be processed. So it takes even more time to get to you. Also, I haven't seen Pirates images yet, so that's a surprise for me. I've been doing worky bits this morning, so I'm looking forward to jumping into the Discord. Nice. Okay, jumping back through the chat, Nichio. He's also a bike seat sniffer, by the way, according to Bateson. Just in case you wondered. Good, greatly after morning, gents. And happy hat day, says Gagad. Welcome in. Also, welcome into Max Slayer, the first time chatter, saying all love. Yeah, welcome in, Max Slayer. How are we doing? Happy Friday to you. Can you two never be on time? It's Saturday here. Bad form, boys. Hype. Sorry, Tisbad. You're just in the wrong hemisphere. We can't control that, dude. Good after dinner to you all. Hi, Tito. How are you? Can you leave the stream running today? Sprinkle's taking forever. Yeah, Lotus is always. If you want to chat to Lotus, you can either you do the usual things like tweet him or send him a WhatsApp or a DM or something like that, or just open the ICU chat and just write a message. Lotus is going to be sat in there anyway, so that's a new way of contacting Lotus. Nice. Brick wall thieving goths, says Nietzsche. Sorry. Tech porn, that's not Nietzsche's home. He just hangs around dark alleyways. Acting is so good. Next stop is what about acting? That's legit stuff. Baby said, yeah, yesterday I look at the acting on this one take. I was like, this was me letting out my natural excitement. The blah is how I usually say when I get excited. You've seen the streams before. That is Mahusiv's. Sorry. This is the way I'm sat. There you go. It's fine. Oh, do you mean the TV? Okay, kid. No, nice.
You meant me in the video.
Well, that's a bit harsh, Tito. Fuck's sake. God damn. West says, well, I'm moist now. Speaking about being moist, West got 19 kills in a game yesterday.
Wow.
Fucking god. Squads, 19 kills. I mean, if you're Nacho in a solo, fair enough. But what? GG's. I'm expecting that the next time we play together, by the way. So you're just saying. So does that mean we can come watch movies on that huge screen? Absolutely. Although I did realise when someone mentioned that yesterday, we don't actually have a speaker set up in the studio because naturally you don't have audio coming out into the place where your microphone is because you get that's all. But we do kind of need to look at something for that. Just maybe we just get a couple of those like plug-in Bluetooth speakers or something, and just like because if we
spend that much money in the studio, there's only one thing that we get in there, Graham.
What's that?
And I Sonos speakers in the ceiling.
Fine. We'll make the whole ceiling into a speaker. Just turn the audio on and Bibby and Graham just drop out the bottom of shot because they're pressed against the floor.
That's when you start playing Guitar Hero with the whole rock band thing. So you have the drums, you have the two guitarists, you have the singer on that giant screen. It'll make you feel like you're at a gig yourself. Just put like a couple of, I don't know, cardboard cutouts of famous people or whatever, and then you're good to go.
What, Mr. Bean? Bean.
Yes. Bean, or Hasbulla, or whatever it's called.
And I've done that one. Wes says, I use any money made, so this is Wes talking about the money on his stream, I use any money made to fund a youth alcohol program. And by youth, I mean 44-year-olds, and by program, I mean buying me beer. So nice. Nice. Also, hashtag Team Curve Peak. Let's go, baby. Streaming to millions. Wearing the ICU merch. Speaking of streaming to millions and millions inside the arena. Is any DrDisrespect fans? Was he saying him on Twitch? Well, apparently he might be in the news, so stick around for that. 86-inch, you have your own Titantron for your WWE entrance. The thing is, I've actually got a tweet half written on my phone, and because I keep getting distracted by stuff. I say distracted, having to do my job, which, whatever. But I was about to say the exact same thing. We've got our own Titantron, and then I started thinking, like, what can we call it? Because Titantron is obviously a WWE-ish thing, a rip-off of Jumbotron TVs. We need like a Creamitron or something like that. Something ice cream. Yeah, exactly. But something ice creamy that says that. So you guys have a think. What can we call the big screen rather than just calling it the big screen? Yeah, it sounds like something else. So give it a ponder. I mean, we've got something that's that big. I mean, if we all had something that big, damn right we'd be naming it. In there, right? So yeah, we need a name. Give it a think. You don't have to share it right now. Just ponder it. Let it stew over the weekend. Lotus says, I'm always here. West finally got the post-corona. Got the post-corona. Well, there you go. Pass the aux cable, bruv. He is 0.31% towards the TV. Well, thank you very much. No sub alert. Nope, it's not come up. It's not in the feeds. It's not on Twitter. It's not anywhere. So stop lying, mate. Will you lie for me? Absolutely.
It has ticked the sub goal up though.
Yeah, maybe refresh. Refresh. See if it comes up. It's not come up. It's not come up in Twitter, so I can see our last notifications. Also, shout out to different reasons. Pizza the Hut 51 for the follow. Nice. And I hope that's a Spaceballs reference, by the way. And Javi CM 1988, who is old school friend, long time friend, Javier. Nice. Thank you very much for the follow, dude. Appreciate that. But yeah, still nothing triggered at our end for the sub alert, Tito. Did you just subscribe to someone else's channel? Did you just subscribe to someone else's channel? Oh no! Him out. Oh no! So yes.
No, thank you very much for your sub.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Here's the same 0.3125% towards the TV.
Thank you very much, Ted Nort, Tito. Here's the same 0.3125% towards the TV. Thank you very much for that, Tito. And also, thank you very much for completing your sub birthday. That's 12 months of subscription to the channel. Thank you very much, dude. That's amazing. Do you know what? Just for that, I'm not going to sing happy birthday to you. That's your reward. I'm not going to sing it to you. There you go. Happy birthday to... Okay, maybe. I'll let it stew. I'll see if we'll come back to that later on in the stream. But before we do that... we have a lot of news to talk about today. One of the stories that we should have spoke about yesterday, but we shelved to make sure that we had enough time to have the conversation on it, is the fact that Microsoft was Metacritic's highest rated publisher in 2021, with the largest average score ever. So one of the things that PlayStation players, the fanboys even, not PlayStation players, because there's a lot of PlayStation players and they're not all whoppers. Some of them are. And they will say, Xbox has got no games, mate. Is that the case? Because, I mean, as it looks like, Microsoft is bringing the best games to the market if you're looking at Metacritic's averages. So, we will jump into that. Just a bit of a teaser before we do. The publisher, Microsoft, beat out Sony, which is placed second. There you go. So, console wars. Speaking of console wars, we do slow it down a second. I don't want to keep it all. Obviously, we've been having a little bit of a laugh and a joke. We do want to make it a little bit more serious. And framing this as a console war segment is probably not the best bit. So I'll take that bit back and just point out the facts. I'll read just the headline. 8 more women allege sexual harassment and discrimination at PlayStation maker Sony. That wasn't intended to be an Xbox versus Sony. Xbox best in the world, Sony sexual discrimination. That wasn't what it tended to be. So that would look bad taste. So yeah, ignore that. But we will still cover the story anyway. After that, we will then jump into the fact that DrDisrespect has settled a legal dispute with Twitch over his 2020 permanent ban. The name is Ice Cream. Uploads. Okay. The doc could be back. We will go through that. Warzone is officially coming to mobile as Activision begins hiring. Gamescom will have an in-person event. And we will tell you about hashtag Free Game Friday.
Yeah.
But before that, let's jump into the opening article, the one that we were talking about just a second ago. Written by Chris Scullion at VGC, Microsoft was Metacritic's highest-rated publisher in 2021, with the largest average score ever. The publisher beat out Sony, which placed second, says the article. So we'll jump into the body then. It says Metacritic has revealed that Microsoft is the winner of its 12th annual Game Publisher Rankings Countdown. 10 products published by Xbox Game Studios were reviewed in 2021. 5 games released over various formats, and the average Metascore was 87.4. Of these titles, 100% were rated good, and 3 of them were rated great, scoring over 90. That's Forza Horizon 5, Psychonauts 2, and the Xbox Series X version of Microsoft Flight Sim. According to Metacritic, this marks the first time a publisher has ever averaged over 85 Metascore in a year since its annual ranking started 12 years ago. Sony had to settle for the silver medal, coming in second place with an average Metascore of 81.3. It released 11 products, 10 separate games, and 1 MLB The Show released on 2 formats. Of these 11 products, 10 were rated good, but none were rated great, with an average over 90. The game that affected Sony's position most was Destruction All-Stars, which released to a disappointing Metascore of 62. Both placements were an improvement over 2020's rankings. In that year, Microsoft could only only managed 6th place, while Sony was 4th. The winner that year was Sega. The full list of 43 publishers, which only counts those who released 5 or more games in 2021, can be found on the Metacritic site, but the top 10 were as follows. I'll just read the top 5, because you guys can obviously read. I'll leave it on screens for a few seconds, but Microsoft, well, I assume you can read. Some of you, not so sure. Not so sure. Okay. Microsoft/Xbox first, Sony second, Humble Games third, Activision Blizzard fourth, and Bethesda, which is basically Xbox, in 5th. There you go, Bib. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, they've obviously had a very, very good year. Forza Horizon 5 is probably the pick of the bunch, in my opinion. Obviously, they did have Halo as well. But if I'm going pound for pound, I think Forza probably beats it, in my personal opinion. Halo was a fantastic game as well. It's not to diminish how good that game was. But if we're going pound for pound of enjoyment per hour that I was playing it, Forza beats it. Do you know what I mean? It's for a franchise or for a genre of games that I was heavily disconnected from for a long time, and Forza Horizon 4 brought me back into the racing scene. This, I think, built on 4, albeit it wasn't too dissimilar, but it's still a fantastic game. Microsoft Flight Simulator, I mean, there was a point where everyone was talking about that game because, again, when a flight sim comes out, they're installing it just to fly over their house, and then they'll uninstall it again. But the amount of screenshots that they'll take during the 4 hours that they may end up playing it for, obviously, it's a fantastically beautiful game. And I think the only way that you're probably going to get the very, very best out of it is if you have some sort of flight sim cockpit. Because I don't think playing with a controller probably will do it that much justice. But yeah, and the Psychonauts, I haven't played it.
It's an interesting game. The only time I've seen Psychonauts being played, and this is not me trying to shit on it, by the way. The only time I've seen it being played, because it's a game that's it's that family sort of platformer vibe, and that is not my core game, and it being on Xbox obviously puts it a little bit further out of my reach. Not, I have an Xbox, but I don't really use it. It's a one console rather than a series console, so it's Twitch box for the TV. So Psychonauts kind of is out of my reach. The only time I saw it being played was when I was watching MC Fixer play through, and that was when it came to the Game of the Year conversation last year. MC Fixer, if you don't know, is a great content creator. He's a good guy on Twitch. He does a lot of similar content to us in terms of he does industry watch-alongs, but he also has a show, a YouTube channel called My Xbox and Me, where he reviews the latest Xbox hardware, software releases, components. That's a podcast that he makes, and obviously Psychonauts 2 was in the Game of the Year conversation. He does his Game of the Year stuff, so he was playing the games that he'd missed towards the end of last year, and I watched it. It looked good, but I don't know. I didn't see enough to say. It's just, I find it almost bizarre in the fact that Halo came out last year and was a great game, but Psychonauts 2 is one of the ones that got over 90%, whereas none of PlayStation's, none of Activision Blizzard's, none of Bethesda's titles, actually, I'd say like none of their titles got over 90. That's not true. It was only PlayStation didn't get one that was over 90. The others may have had one, but their averages could have been dragged down by the others. So, yeah.
Destruction All Stars coming out has definitely hindered Sony. I mean, there was 6 points in it, 6.1 points in it, if you're using it as a point system or like a percentage or whatever. But Destruction All Stars getting 62. Man, that game looked trash when it came out, and I don't think it did much better afterwards. I mean, it was free on PSN for a month, wasn't it? And then the people was expected to buy it for like 25 quid. No one was ever going to be buying that game after they played it for free. It's not like Rocket League where they give that away for free, and it's still one of the biggest games out there. You could have just said no one was ever
going to buy that game and stopped. That would have been it wasn't great. The thing is, like, I'm open to the idea of like that sort of arena car, Rocket League, Destruction Derby battler kind of thing. I'm open to the idea of that because Rocket League is so fun. Destruction Derby 1 and 2 on PlayStation. Well, Destruction Derby 2 is the only one I actually played, to be fair. But back on the PS1, excellent game. So I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for that. And Destruction All Stars, it's just not good. It's that mixed with like almost the. I know it came out after it, but Knockout City vibe with cheesy banter, season passes, and it just seems like someone's gone, can we do Rocket League but with different season passes, please, and make money off of it? And it just doesn't feel like there's any real direction or substance to it. So
it was like a really, really duff Twisted Metal mixed with, I don't know, like it like a destruction, like you say, Twisted Metal, Destruction Derby, those kind of games. But getting out of your car to do running stuff and to collect things and then jump back into your car, it was just a bit naff.
That's the bit where it reminded me more of Knockout City, because Knockout City, you're running around and there's little cars and stuff going around the map and stuff like that. But the whole point is obviously you're meant to be throwing dodgeballs and stuff. And this kind of that. There's this weird, you can jump out of your vehicle stuff. And it's like, yeah, but it's just a bit. But even still, like jumping out of the vehicle, if there was a reason for that, that can be pretty cool. It adds some form of like change of pace, a bit of verticality as you can jump and grab hold of ledges and backflip off stuff out of the way of oncoming cars and move up to different power-ups and things like that. It adds some strategy. Like, that's what makes Fortnite so compelling to the people that are good at it. The fact that you're not just playing on the ground, you are building fucking skyscrapers in seconds with all sorts of different bits coming off of it. That, in theory, should be good, but it's just the weird... Like, nobody understood what it was gonna be before. I remember us watching like E3 or something, and it was like, what is it? What is it? What are you trying to say? So yeah, the thing is, I would be interested to see, and I don't know if it's available anyway, what their score would be without that game. Because if your average is 81 and one of your games that you released was 61, that could be massively damaging. I doubt it would have been up to the point where Xbox is 87.4. Xbox will have still taken first place on that. Which is...
I mean, it's good that they're trying different things, though, isn't it? Like, Sony has such a massive, wide variety of games under their catalogue. Like, this was just another one that could have potentially done well, but it didn't, and it stinks.
I think that's the difference, though, because if you look at Xboxes, like their top 3 games couldn't be any different from each other. You've got Forza Horizon 5, which is like an arcadey, open world, drive around, do cool racy things. Then you've got Psychonauts 2, which is a over-the-shoulder, third-person, family, platformery kind of thing. And then you've got Flight Simulator, which is nothing like either of those games. Super sim, realistic, experience the real world kind of thing. It's like 3 completely different games, all scoring over 90, and then other games to keep the score up there. So yeah,
I mean, there is a silver lining in this cloud conversation here, Graham. Is the fact that Sony were 4th last year and Microsoft were 6th, and now have both moved up for the year. So there was 4th, Sony was 4th the year before, they're now 2nd. Microsoft was 6th the year before, they're now 1st. And Sega, for instance, were 1st. They've now dropped down to 8th. So there have been some moves being made, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing, because they've clearly put some stuff out that people have actually enjoyed playing. So it's been worthwhile for them. I know we keep on harping on about the Destruction All Stars. That was just a big, massive blip on the Sony calendar, unfortunately. But they still had a very, very, very good year, and something that they can be proud of still. So again, we're talking about it as if it's the console wars and Sony and Microsoft, because that's a very nice headline to be able to clickbait the shit out of. But in terms of them behind the scenes, I'm pretty sure they're going to be very happy with the year that they've had.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, though. This is not one of those things that you would really be bothered about. You don't go, we need to make sure that we get an average score across all the games. It's like, no, every game that you look at is its own product. We need to make sure this one is good. And if that's the approach you take, you look at it more granular, and you get good quality components at a granular level, then at a holistic global level, it's going to be fine. And that is effectively what Microsoft have done. They've provided, don't know if you're getting the sirens and stuff at my end, the window's open, so you will get outside noise. Apologies, that's mine. There is no police getting you, unless there is police getting you. Then oh no. So yeah, Microsoft have clearly done that. They've made sure that their titles have been decent. Microsoft Flight Simulator was not released for ages. We saw that for probably 2 years before it was released, and you can tell with how good it is. It's not really a game for me, but still, they made sure that the people that were expecting it enjoyed it. The same thing with Halo to an extent. Obviously, there's been some bits missing, but that kind of is what it is. We've covered that already. Psychonauts, obviously, people loved that. And the same with all of their titles. I think PlayStation dropped the ball a little bit, well, quite a lot with Destruction All-Stars, but I think that was one of those things that they'd invested time, effort, and money, and the game itself, the whole discussion about the game itself, it being a free-to-play game, and then it being a paid-for game, and then it being a game that's on PS Plus, and blah, 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 it didn't know what it wanted to be, and I think Sony would acknowledge that. So them jumping from 4th place to 2nd place, yeah, it's not 1st place, even with Destruction All-Stars dragging them down, I think they'd still be happy with that too, across the board. Excuse me. The interesting thing is, obviously, they were kind of... It's almost like one of those races that you see in a cartoon where one car pulls in front and then the other one pulls in front and then the other... Because that's how car races go. One car goes forward and then backwards. Yes, great. But it's almost like that. Sony were marginally ahead last year. Xbox are ahead this year. Next year, who knows? But it's the fact that, like, the top of the table has so much variety in it. So we've got Microsoft, we've got Sony, Humble, Activision, Blizzard, Bethesda Softworks, Capcom, da, da, da. However, next year, will that be the same? Because if you look at what we've got now, 1st place, Microsoft. 2nd place, Sony. 3rd place, Humble Games. 4th place, Activision Blizzard, which is Microsoft. 5th place, Bethesda, which is Microsoft. 6th place. So, like, will Capcom be part of PlayStation by that point? And Bandai Namco and Sega? And will EA get bought? So
next year, then, does Bethesda come under that Microsoft banner so they won't be on this list?
I don't think so, because Bethesda was... I don't think it has to. It can be, because Bethesda released titles last year whilst they were owned by Microsoft Studios, Xbox Game Studios. So some of them may have come out before that, but I can't see them releasing 10 games before that. So yeah, I'm not sure. What is a greying game? Well, it's a wide range of games like PUBG, and PUBG. I like shooters, first-person story mode games. Nothing with long sword shields, crossbows, flight simulators. I mean, a lot of people are not really going to be bothered by flight simulator stuff. So yeah, just basically whatever Bibby plays. Yeah. Most of that, no, it's not me. Okay, moving ahead. Microsoft was Metacritic's highest rated publisher in 2021, the largest average score ever. Nice. Okay, changing the pace again. We'll go straight into this one by Nicole Carpenter at Polygon. Sad state of affairs. We've covered similar stories like this from numerous different workplaces. This is the first time we've had one of these from Sony themselves. So 8 more women allege sexual harassment and discrimination at PlayStation maker Sony. Other workers describe systemic limits on women's promotions, pornography in the workplace, and more. This article's a few days old, so we missed this one when it first came out. There was obviously a lot of news going on this week with state of plays and all sorts of things like that. We did see this, and we thought it wouldn't be right for us to leave this off the table. So we've spoken about it for other publishers, developers. It wouldn't be fair if we didn't do the same here, even though it's a couple of days old. So 8 former and current Sony Interactive Entertainment employees have accused the PlayStation maker of sexism, according to court documents filed Tuesday. Axios first reported the filings. Former security analyst Emma, I think it's Major, filed a lawsuit. I don't know if that, I apologize if that's wrong. I'll just say Major for consistency. Filed a lawsuit against Sony for gender discrimination and wrongful termination in November 2021. Major is seeking class action status to include other employees impacted by sexism at the company. Sony filed to dismiss the complaint, citing a lack of specifics that prove widespread intentional discrimination. On Tuesday, Major's lawyer filed statements of support from seven former PlayStation workers and 1 current employee. These women provided written statements of support detailing instances of sexism at the company and across multiple offices in the United States. These allegations described in these documents range from devaluing women's ideas and discrimination towards mothers to sexual harassment and systemic struggles for women to get promoted. Steve Stephen Noel Ilg, Major's lawyer, said in an adjacent statement that several other women feared retaliation from Sony and were too scared to speak up about what had occurred at the company. Marie Harrington, a former Sony Interactive senior director, left Sony in 2019 due to, quote, systemic sexism against females, end quote, which she reported throughout her career and outlined in 9 pages filed Tuesday. She pointed out instances where women were undervalued against men in calibration sessions, where leadership highlighted high performers at the company. In April 2019, Harrington said that 70 workers were being reviewed during a calibration session. Only 4 were women. She also flagged an instance where she reported a man's bullying behaviour to his manager. Can we address this before PlayStation has its own national news article? ? She wrote in an email attached to the filing. Harrington also said men at Sony would rank female employees by their hotness and pass around filthy jokes and images of women. She also described an instance where an engineer asked her not to wear skirts to work because it was distracting to him, and alleged that male engineers went to strip clubs during lunch and shared porn. In another incident, Harrington says she requested a private lactation room after having twins in 2005. She was required to use a, quote, storage room with a broken lock directly off the lobby, the entrance lobby, end quote. Harrington wrote that she stopped breastfeeding early, quote, because it was not sustainable under those conditions. End quote. Other women provided similar examples in their statements. One former employee said she worked directly with 4 other women in her 5 years at Sony in the San Mateo and San Francisco offices. All of those women ended up leaving the company for similar reasons relating to sexual discrimination, sexual harassment, and not being able to earn a promotion. That was a quote, by the way. She described instances where men made comments about women not understanding technology, and another time where a senior manager attempted to grab her breast at an off-site work event. Another former employee described a similar incident at a work event with alcohol. Quote, a male senior manager was getting inappropriately close to me. He hugged me and whispered in my ear. I left and went to the bathroom and told some female co-workers. Soon after that, I transferred departments. Okay, I'm going to stop here. You get the idea where this is going. Actually, we're not too far off, but I will stop anyway. Let me see if there's any... Yeah, he starts going on to compare it to the likes of Ubisoft and Activision Blizzard and stuff like that. Shit show. This is bullshit. I hate reading shit like this, and it's one of those things where we would ideally not cover this sort of news because it's negative. Nobody wants to hear this sort of stuff, but by doing that, because it's hard for us to hear and just turning a blind eye, it's kind of not really addressing the problem. We know you guys probably want to hear great stories about 86-inch TVs, and we know you guys want to hear more about the studio and how great new releases are coming and what we've got planned for the year ahead and stuff like that. But that's kind of all irrelevant if half the industry is feeling like shit on a daily basis. Who gives a fuck about an 86-inch TV if people are being treated to predatory, narcissistic shithouse behaviours like these? And what makes this worse is the fact that we've had the likes of Jim Ryan from PlayStation and Phil Spencer from Xbox. Obviously, I'm not throwing Xbox in with this. I'm just using them as examples of industry leads saying how shit it is to have seen stuff like this happening at Activision when it's happening inside everywhere from the scenes, from the looks of this. PlayStation clearly need to have a look at their own setup. If at least 8 different people are looking to join a class action lawsuit against PlayStation, they can't just point the finger at Activision without having the balls to point the finger and address their own shortcomings. It's great that you did point the finger at Activision when they needed it pointing at. I want to see PlayStation's reaction to this. But obviously, this was a couple of days ago. I haven't seen anything yet. If anyone does see any form of response to this, then do feel free to share it with us. ! Discord. You can do that. But yeah, come on, PlayStation. What you got to say? What are your thoughts, babe?
Yeah, absolutely echo it. And it's things that you don't want to read. I don't think anybody wants to be able to read these reports. But it's the kind of reports that need to be read and put out there for people to comment on, because there's a reason why these are being written in the first place. Is because they're usually not heard in the first 25 instances, which is why it gets put out to publications, through PR, through news sources, for other people to be able to be brought up with. So again, it's shit. And hopefully things change in the future. It's just people and their egos and stuff like that thinking they can get away with stuff. Until people start getting reprimanded for their actions, people will continue to do so. And even if they do get reprimanded, it doesn't mean to say that it'll stop completely. I have no doubt in my mind that this will continue to be something that goes on for the next 20, 30 years. And again, it just needs to be the kind of thing that keeps on getting reprimanded, regardless of who it is, how high up in a company they are, or whatever, whoever they are. It's the kind of thing that needs to be brought to the forefront of people's minds. You can't keep on getting away with it. You will eventually get caught out. But again, I can't see this being the last time that we're ever going to cover something like this.
No, it's a shit thing to say, but I fully agree. I think there will be more, and I think that's something that we need to be willing to accept, that there will be more. You can't get fatigue listening to these stories, because these aren't just stories that inconvenience you. These are people's real lives that people have had to go through. So we will keep putting these stories out there, regardless of where they come from, because it's just not good enough. We all need to see everyone doing better, and we all need to make sure that we hold everyone to task. So yeah, that article from Polygon, we can share the link if anyone does want to read the full thing. We did cut it short a little bit because it was quite a long article at Polygon, written by Nicole Carpenter. The title said 8 more women allege sexual harassment and discrimination at PlayStation maker Sony. So yeah, we'll put a pin in that. As we move ahead though, to big news. If you are in the Twitch sphere, and it's interesting that Bibi made that noise, because that noise was very apparent. As Matt Wales at Eurogamer says, DrDisrespect settles legal dispute with Twitch over the 2020 permanent ban. Quote, no party admits wrongdoing, end quote. Okay, into the body it says, enormously popular streamer Ice Cream Uploads. Oh, no, sorry, I'm just used to reading that. Enormously popular streamer DrDisrespect, a.k.a. Guy Beam, has settled his legal dispute with Twitch, with neither party admitting to any wrongdoing. The whole strange and still largely mysterious saga began in the summer of 2020, when Beam was permanently banned from Twitch for reasons unknown, despite being a year into a 2-year exclusivity contract with the company. I actually thought it was a 4-year contract at that point in time. I did even see that on an article that I shared in our Discord the other week. But anyway, that's irrelevant. For a long time, Beam maintained that he hadn't been informed of the reason for his ban, but that changed last August when he announced he was launching legal action against Twitch. Quote, a lot of people ask, do you know the reason? He explained in a video post at the time. I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of them. The Twitch ban has really affected us, he added. Not just from a financial standpoint, but from a networking standpoint. From all the relationships we've built over the past 5 years in terms of Activision and EA, all the big sponsors, they have to question, why did you get banned? ? Whether it's obvious or not, the blacklisting, the shadow banning, it's happening. End quote. We've not heard much on the matter since then, but in a tweet posted earlier today, which was actually last night, Beam wrote the words, moving on, above a photo showing the statement. That's within the article there. I will bring it up on full screen shortly, but this is what it says in that quote. I have resolved my legal dispute with Twitch. No party admits to any wrongdoing. As for Twitch, the company have provided an almost identical statement to PC Gamer saying, DrDisrespect and Twitch have resolved their legal dispute. No party admits to any wrongdoing. End quote. At this point, it's entirely possible the mystery at the heart of the lawsuit will never be publicly revealed. And for those wondering, Beam, who has streamed exclusively on YouTube since his ban, added, the doc will not return to Twitch following today's resolution. So there you go. DrDisrespect and Twitch have dropped their grievance. He will not be coming back to Twitch Dark TV. Not directly anyway. The interesting thing is, if anyone saw this post, because it was 7:30 last night, there was shitloads of people asking the same question. Okay, the doc's clearly happy on YouTube. He's doing fine there. He's playing with Timmy Tenders, Tim the Tapman. He's playing with Courage JD. He's doing tons of stuff with massive global creators, from all of the team at 100 Thieves to whatever. But what he can't do is he can't go back and play with the old school teams, the Visions, Halifaxes, the Breaks, the whatever of the world. He can't play with Ninja. He can play with Dr. Lupo because he's over on Twitch now, but when over on YouTube now, but he couldn't when he was on Twitch. So the question people keep asking is, does that mean that the doc is now free to play with people from Twitch? And this is where I find this whole situation weird as fuck, because the whole thing is weird as fuck, but we don't know why it was weird as fuck. And because no one said anything, and clearly no one's going to say anything else, we don't really know if the doc is going to be back until it just happens. Bizarre. What are your thoughts, babe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, the statement that he put out, neither of us take responsibility. I was saying to you last night, like, yeah, fair enough, he might not come back over to Twitch, but it also doesn't say that he's allowed to. Like, I do feel sorry for the doc, and not because I do. I think he is the best content creator there has ever been. Say it, make of that what you will. The way he actually goes about streaming and the things that he does, he isn't just there in front of like what we do when we do gameplay stuff. Apart from maybe on 2 or 3 occasions where we've done like Masters of the League and stuff, we are just in front of our PCs, talking to our chat, playing video games. That for us works. That's not good enough for him. He's the kind of guy that has all of these green screens. He has different areas. He has a full team, a full creative team behind him, and they're just making it come to have. We don't know whether or not it's his influence and him saying, "Okay, this is what I want. Can you make it for me?" Blah, 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 blah. But he puts on a show. It's not just streaming. He is actively putting on a show, something that will rival most cable TV shows. So I don't know whether or not he's able to do all that again over on Twitch. And the influence that he has potentially lost, like you mentioned, with all the sponsorships and all the partnerships that he's had previously, that all ended up pulling out because of something that he wasn't allowed to talk about. He probably didn't know at the time why he was banned, and Twitch wouldn't tell him. So he's kind of in a grey area. That's a lot of money that he could potentially have lost through no fault of his own. Again, I'm siding with him on this based on the information that I have now. If something changed and you listen to this podcast a year down the line and we find out it was something, a heinous act, retract the statement now. But as it stands,
all you can do is report on what you know. That's it.
Exactly, and that's what we do. And that's what we do every single day, don't we? Well, every single weekday at 10 a.m.ish,
which is not a lot. We know not a lot.
We have the information that's available to us now, and at this moment in time, none of them are taking action. I mean, Twitch has said the same thing. They're not taking responsibility. Neither is a doc. So therefore, in my opinion, he's done nothing wrong, because I've got nothing else to make a judgment of. So the fact that he has potentially lost millions of pounds or dollars, and that isn't me exaggerating, he would have lost a hell of a lot of money, probably close to millions. Because of all the sponsorships that he's pulled out, all the stuff that he was doing.
I easily think it will be millions, because he had stuff. There was, if you throw your mind back 2 years, he was at this point in that year doing all sorts of like flip phone calls to, hey, is that Adidas bringing the money? And then eventually it was like, oh, okay, Nike, you got the money, you've got the money, nice, okay, we'll let go of Adidas, we'll talk. And he was having conversations about doing promotional bits with I know it's Nike, but I'm going to stick with Nike because I'm a common man. He was having conversations about doing things with Nike, doing some sort of trainer / merch / whatever crossover stuff. And once you get that's 7 figures already, instantly. They're paying.
He was meant to be doing stuff with Undertaker in the WWE stuff. That's a lot of fucking money. It might have been included in the video game that year. It might have been at WrestleMania. This is all big
2K22's got Machine Gun Kelly, Logan Paul in it. We could have fucking seen Dr. D in it. 6'8".
The rug, technically, in this instance, has been pulled from underneath him. And I can say that with my hand on my chest at this moment in time, because nobody else has come out and no one's taking responsibility. So therefore, in my eyes, he's done nothing wrong. Again, if anything changes within the next year, retracts this statement. But based off of what we know now, he's done nothing wrong. So if you have millions of pounds taken away from you because of something that you genuinely, at this moment in time, know nothing about, and the person who is accusing you of that doesn't know either, or is refusing to tell anyone, then loss of earnings, my friend, and I'm guaranteeing you that it's running into the millions. So he has every single right to be pissed.
Yeah.
would not surprise me if he never went to Twitch. He's got a good thing going on YouTube. All he used to do anyway was just go onto Twitch. It'd get extracted over onto YouTube, and his YouTube would make him way more views than his Twitch did anyway. So at this moment in time, he's got the best of both worlds. I go live on YouTube, I finish, export, get sent over to my designer and my editor. They make a fantastic. If you've not watched his Elden Ring video, my God, please go and watch it after this. Obviously,
it is good.
But it is fantastic. It's classic Doc.
Some phenomenal green screen stuff in there as well.
But yeah, again, it's him who I feel sorry for at this moment in time because again, we have no idea what's going on.
For me to play devil's advocate, obviously I want to add the caveat in that I am a big DrDisrespect fan, and I would love to see him back on Twitch. I don't watch as much of his content as I would like to, for a couple of reasons. One, he doesn't play what I tend to watch anymore. Obviously, I'm still watching PUBG stuff. He plays that occasionally. I, by chance, caught him playing PUBG the other day, which was amazing. But he's also on YouTube, which is just not where I spend my time as a live content watcher. So I don't tend to see a lot of his content. I miss it. So I would like to see him back. I can't see him coming back to Twitch because they have agreed to disagree. Neither side admits any wrongdoing. Nobody is right and nobody is wrong. So they aren't shaking hands. So he's clearly going to stay with YouTube because Twitch aren't going, well, do you know what? We're sorry, you're amazing. Because if they're not saying he's amazing, they're not going to be holding out this big, massive check that's got 10 million, 20 million on it. Twitch aren't going to be doing that. Twitch have been cutting back on everyone's contracts and stuff anyway, as reported by a bunch of stuff over the last few months. Number of members of staff have gone. So Twitch aren't clearly going to throw money down at him. So Doc staying at Twitch is probably the best thing for him from a financial sense anyway. But the devil's advocate bit is, okay, he's clearly, as we know right now, innocent. But you don't settle for something like that if you are innocent. Necessarily. I mean, I know there's all sorts of caveats where he's probably thinking it's going to cost me shitloads of time and effort and money, and we're going to be fighting against Amazon's lawyers, which they're going to bring their A game, so we need to have everything on point. And you could even be innocent, but just get out lawyered. So do we want to go through all that bullshit? And if we just drop it now, I can start potentially playing with Halifax and Visions and everyone else that I do see on Twitch, as well as my YouTube buddies. I'm now greenlit against everything else as well. So there is potentially those reasons for it. But it kind of smells like for both parties to agree to drop it in that situation, why would Twitch let it go? Maybe they didn't have as good evidence as they did. But if they didn't have good evidence that they did, it doesn't necessarily mean that their evidence isn't wrong. It just means that it might not be watertight. And then if you look at the other side, well, if Doc's team know that Twitch don't necessarily have the evidence, why are they letting it go? Maybe they were doing something. And I mean, that could be anything. Like, I don't know. Yeah. There's been all sorts of guesses, right through from him being some top-level sexual predator, right through to he was setting up his own agency and trying to poach YouTubers and stuff. We don't know what it is. Twitch content creators and people from YouTube to make his own agency. We don't know what it was. But whatever wrongdoing he was, air quotes, doing, Twitch don't have the ability to sting him for it. So if they're willing to drop it, maybe we should just drop it too, and everyone gets out of it. Twitch are like, fuck, we didn't have the evidence. He's like, fuck, we dodged a bullet. It could have been that as well. So, yeah, we don't know. Playing devil's advocate, he could be getting rid of it because Twitch don't have the ability to watertight case him and just going, do you know what? It'll be fine. Whatever it is, as it stands right now, nobody's done anything wrong. Everyone's cleared of wrongdoing. Nobody's accepting any wrongdoing. Twitch and DrDisrespect have walked away, happy to not continue saying that they've done anything wrong to each other. So, nice. DrDisrespect on Twitch streams now as a crossplay. Yes, please. Nice. Nice. Okay, moving ahead. We'll fly past this one. This is more just of a little bit of a heads up, but it's content that people in here may be interested to an extent. Warzone. It's a game we like to play, but it's officially coming to mobile as Activision begins hiring. This is written by Jordan Midler at VGC. It's unclear when the game will launch. Activision has begun to hire for a mobile port of a popular free-to-play Battle Royale title, Call of Duty Warzone. According to a job listing on the Call of Duty website, the publisher is creating an all-new AAA mobile experience that will bring the thrilling, fluid, and the large-scale action of Call of Duty Warzone to players on the go. The listing continues, quote, from production roles to engineering, design, art, marketing, and more, we're looking for skilled game makers, passionate fans, and genuinely awesome people, that's us then, to join our diverse team, inspired to deliver the next world-class mobile gaming experience to fans, end quote. And there's a full list there of all of the the positions that are available. VGC previously reported that a mobile version of Warzone was in development and that it had been added to the database of Playtest Cloud, a platform that offers playtesting services to mobile game creators. In August, Activision confirmed the formation of an internal mobile game development studio called Solid State, which was established to develop a new entry in the Call of Duty series. We'll put a pin in that there. So, Call of Duty not happy with just smashing the Battle Royale genre with Call of Duty and Warzone. Not happy with smashing the mobile genre with Call of Duty Mobile, but putting the two together and hoping to smash it once more. Warzone on mobile. Absolute business sense, right, Bib?
Yep, absolutely. I think it was either yesterday or the day before that I saw Call of Duty tweet that Warzone was 2 years old now. Which, again, time is ridiculous. It doesn't feel that old. Yeah, here it is, 2 years on. So having Warzone and a Battle Royale on mobile, again, I still feel like they're missing something. There's a large market on the Nintendo Switch that's missing out on these games. Call of Duty Mobile, Warzone, PUBG. Like, get all these onto the Nintendo Switch. If it's all about making money, you'll make it tenfold back on there. But regardless, again, hopefully they'll bring something out where you're able to use a controller on this. And again, I'm willing to give it a go if that's the case. Like PUBG Mobile, I actually installed New State on my phone like 2 weeks ago, and I have played it. Not a lot, not in terms of like 400 games or whatever, but I've had, I don't know, 10 to 12 matches on it, and again, I enjoy it. I feel like I need a controller on it.
Yeah.
So having Warzone on your mobile device, having the portability of it, sensational. You're going to make a lot of money, first and foremost, because that's what it's a business. That's what they want to do. Obviously, it is paramount that it's an enjoyable game. Otherwise, no one's going to spend money there. But still, I reckon you're going to do a good job if you're using the same engine as you do on Call of Duty Mobile, and then putting all of your battle passes or whatever into it. It's a fantastic business decision. I feel like probably now is the right time. A year ago would have been the right time, but still, it's still a massive, massive IP, and it's only getting stronger on console and PC. So, strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah, I completely agree. Completely agree. Is it a surprise? Nope. Are we happy to see it? Yep, I suppose. I am. Yeah. Do you know? I don't really know what to throw in here that I've not said before. My usual bit is I'm not a mobile player, but I am hyped to see mobile growing. And Call of Duty Mobile just feels like it was missing that Warzone element. And now that's there. It's amazing because they have been at the forefront of trying to build in new experiences, like obviously adding Battle Royale to their multiplayer offering, adding crossplay to their multiplayer offering, adding crossplay including PC into Battle Royale, into their multiplayer offering, and now adding mobile into that mix too. Don't know whether it'll work with all the rest of them. You've got to feel that's kind of their end game, which is gaming everywhere for everyone, which is a great stance, in my opinion. So I've got absolutely no faults with that. GG's.
As gamers, none of us should ever criticize that. Gaming for everyone, everywhere, anyhow, is the only way everyone should be able to enjoy video games, regardless of what your stance is as being a mobile gamer.
I agree. So, speaking about gaming everywhere, do you know what? How about gaming in Germany? Hey, Gamescom 2022 will be an in-person and online event, organisers have confirmed. This is written by Tom Ivan at VGC. The past two shows have been online only due to COVID-19. So Gamescom's organisers have announced plans to return to a physical format for the event in 2022. For the past 2 years, COVID-19 restrictions resulted in Gamescom being held as an all-digital event. But Gamescom 2022, which is set to take place from August 24th to the 28th, will be a hybrid event held on-site in Cologne and simultaneously online. Organisers Köln Messe and the German Games Industry Association, which is Game, said on Thursday the event will launch with Gamescom opening night live on August the 23rd. It will then open for trade visitors, press, and content creators on August the 24th, ahead of 4 days of public access for ticket holders. On top of the main business and entertainment areas of the convention, Gamescom 2022 also promises, quote, additional sections, including for cosplay, retro, and indie fans. The show's organisers also announced a new Gamescom Goes Green initiative designed to make the show climate neutral all over the medium and long term through the reduction and avoidance of CO2 emissions, and in the short term through carbon offset. Just have a quick. Okay, now we get into official words from people at the team at Game and stuff like. We get the idea. We don't need to go through stuff. It'll just be more saying the same things again. But so Gamescom, is back physically. You can actually see it and touch it, not just watch it digitally through a screen. Does that excite you, babe?
It does. It'll excite me even more if we go in this year. Obviously, the conversations probably haven't started yet. But regardless, if I'm here and you're there, we'll get you in on the scoop. We'll find out what the hell's going on live from the show floors every single day that we are going to be there. But yeah, I mean, Gamescom for me is always the best anyway. Like E3 is fantastic, but Gamescom will always hold a special place in my heart. So I'm glad that he's coming back again, because games without fans just doesn't work. And fair enough, we've had to knuckle down and have these conferences from home, essentially, having these like Steam summer festivals where you're able to download the 400 demos and be able to play it there. But nothing beats waiting in a queue of smelly people to potentially play a game that might not be worth your time and leave with a lot of disappointment, but you wouldn't change it for the world. And that's exactly what these conferences are all about.
One of the biggest things about Gamescom for me is, imagine this view. So this is the street image on the top of the article where you just got a bunch of people. That is outside, obviously. There's trees and buildings and stuff. Imagine that without the trees, but then that's a long corridor, and then just stick massive cheesy pretzels in people's hand. That is Gamescom. Just randomly, €1 for a pretzel. Let's go, baby. But yeah, I'm glad we're seeing this. Obviously, it's probably not going to be as subscribed as it has been previously, or maybe it is. Maybe people are going to go make up for lost time. Maybe it will be a little bit more awkward in terms of more time spent for social distancing, for getting people in and checks and stuff like that will probably mean that you can't do as much or see as much. But I think these are just the necessary steps that are needed to be taken to bring it back. So yeah, big fan of seeing this. One thing that I've not considered until we just said this, though, is Gamescom 2022 will be back. We have been to every Gamescom that has had a physical events for the last however many years. We haven't made ICU content as consistently as we have done recently. Like the Scoop has been running for about just a bit over 2 years-ish. There hasn't been a Gamescom physical event in that time. So we haven't had to contend with the idea of producing ICU content whilst having an E3. So if we were to attend this, we need to figure out fucking how we do that.
Yeah, I mean... this is where the gaming laptop that we have on the other side, that will have to be a necessity to come with us to be able to produce content. You think that you're going to get a signal in that gaff? Absolutely not. It doesn't exist. Like, even the Wi-Fi is terrible. So live streams, I did try it while we was there last time. I did a Periscope on Twitter back when that was a thing, walking around, and it just looked like a smashed lasagna. It was so pixelated because the signal is terrible. But obviously, we went around and managed to knock up a few articles for the website, get a load of pictures that was posted on Twitter as and when we was there. So, I mean, that's the stuff that goes without saying. But in terms of live show floor stuff, that's a challenge that I'm willing to try and get around. You know, we've had a lot of challenges over the last 2 years in terms of tech and how ICU goes onto the next level, and we've pretty much smashed every single one of them, the next one being the studio upgrade. So if we can get over the next studio upgrade with all of those billions of wires, I'm fairly certain a mobile phone signal shouldn't be the thing that stuppers us.
Scuppers.
Maybe. Scuppers! Swap the T for the C.
Just imagine us in the airport. Anything to declare? No, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to check your case anyway. Can we just open it up? What's that? It's an ice cream floor's neon sign, obviously, for the broadcast. Do you not go to hotel rooms without a portable neon sign? No, with you.
Well, I mean, we've got definitely not taking that 4K camera, but I suppose I don't know actually. I mean, the way I'm thinking about it now is just take stuff out of the studio, but all of that stuff is all really heavy, expensive stuff that you probably won't want to take in an airplane. So yeah, then again, got it, nailed it. What am I using here, Graham?
Mobile. We'll just take the Elgato face cams. That's DSLR standard. There you go. Bosh.
Perfect.
Easy.
Job done. Easy. We'll just get roller banners that we can carry around with us that we can put on our backs, and then when we find somewhere, just stick the roller banner up, and then we're good to go.
I remember watching TSM Break go to TwitchCon 2.5 years ago-ish, 3 years ago, and he hired a rig. Someone was doing like a service where you hire a backpack, and in the backpack it's got everything you need to stream. So you've got your own portable sort of Wi-Fi unit, you've got microphones, headsets, and everything. You basically just log into OBS or whatever on it, and then go boop. So he's walking around like just live streaming, like obviously camera off of it, just pointing at his face as he's just walking around and streaming kind of shit. It's like fucking yeah, that's what we need. I see you on the go. just a fucking. It looked like a proton pack from Ghostbusters. Just stick it on your back. Let's go.
That would be amazing. I mean, obviously, having show floor access is paramount for any kind of. Like IGN literally have their own glass chamber there. Like the last time we was there, it was literally just at the back of the room. It was like big glass box that had all of the tech stuff in there. They'll have a producer in the corner with his little desk. They'll have a director with his clipboard, and they'll just have like 3 or 4 people sat there doing a
full scheduled content. They'll have the full day. 10 o'clock will be the PUBG bit, 11 o'clock will be the Warzone bit, 12 o'clock will be the Fortnite bit, and then they'll get the devs and come in, they'll do some gameplay. And this, let's look at the games from the show floor. We've also got this one.
Well, this is where me and you end up going to that PUBG booth again with them like 400 PCs and then getting eliminated after about 10 minutes.
Although we did manage to kill someone.
We got a hat and glasses.
Yeah, exactly. Wearing the glasses and the hat as well. The thing, I remember that. Like, so for those that don't know, me and Bib don't really play much PUBG PC. And when we were at Gamescom, if you won a game of PUBG whilst you were there, you had the chance, or I don't know if you did win straight away a gaming chair or a laptop, or you just got put into the draw for it. I think you won something straight away, but if you didn't, you just got a hat and glasses for trying anyway. So we tried, and there were some people that were clearly really good. I remember me and Bibby dropping somewhere near school because we thought, fuck it, balls out, let's go right centre of the map. Nice. Got in some vehicles, went flying away, and we were driving through Rozok, and I slapped some guy with my car, knocked him, and then you drove over him with your car. So it's like, we'll take that as a win. we got kill and assist as we go. Let's go, baby.
We did play Ring of Elysium there, which I actually really, really enjoyed.
Yeah, I did as well.
That was a good game, though.
I remember coming back, and I think you streamed it, or I watched someone else streaming it, and I was like, do you know what? I don't enjoy watching it. I enjoyed playing it. I really enjoyed playing it. Watching it, not as much. So yeah, that was a shame. Either way, we'll figure it out. Whether we can do live stuff from the show, if we go, we might not even go, to be fair. But if we can do live stuff, we will look at options for doing that. Maybe we will have to try and lean on contacts. So we'll go to Twitch and go, yeah, can we get access to the Wi-Fi in the Twitch booth so we can at least do some live streaming stuff stood next to the Twitch sign or something like that? And then we walk away and the stream suddenly starts going, and we get back to the Twitch sign again. There we go. So yeah, we'll see. We don't know if we're going. We'll see. So when we know, you will know. Lake says I can fly straight to Cologne from here. Nice. Meet up with Lake. Lake can buy the beers.
Absolutely.
And the pizzas and the hot dogs with all the trimmings. Let's go, Lake. Nice. We will bring you a hat. Oh wait, you've got one of those now, as we could tell from your previous message with the Stevie Wonder voice. I just called to say I have my hat. Nice.
Fantastic.
Pictures in the Discord. Oh, there we go. Pictures in the Discord. Or it didn't happen. Just don't stream from the bathroom. Yeah.
Fair.
Nope. We don't want to be Dr. Disrespecting. Although, when he came back, he had a very big welcome back stream. So, devil's advocate. Maybe that's a nice... Maybe we get ICU Studio V3 sooner than we thought. I don't know. On that bombshell, let's put a pin in that article. So if you missed that, Gamescom will have a physical event as well as an online. So last time it was planning to be a hybrid event and then it just went digital only. This time it will be a hybrid event. There are plans for a big physical presence in Cologne at the end of August, as usually is the case. For now, though, we'll talk about hashtag Free Game Friday. So In Sound Mind will be next week's free Epic Games Store title. It will replace this week's game, which you can get right now, which is Cities Skylines. So there you go. As you can see from the asset, In Sound Mind is next week's free Epic game. So from March the 17th to the 24th, the first-person psychological horror game will be available as a free download from Epic's PC Marketplace. In Sound Mind will replace Cities Skylines, which normally costs 23 quid, but is currently free to download until the 17th of March. That is next Thursday. So there is a teaser trailer there. I'm going to hit play on it whilst I just go through the spiel that's always in there, but I've not read it for the last month, so I'll give you a little bit of an update. The Epic Games Store gave away 89 free titles last year, which was down from 103 the year before, worth a combined value of $2,120. According to Epic, users claimed over 765 million free games in 2021. 76 free games broke their peak concurrent records on PC with an average of 13 times their all-time records it claimed in January. The Epic Games Store's user base reached 194 million users last year, up from 160 million the year previous. Nice. Does this interest you all, babe?
I don't know. I've not even looked at it, to be honest with you. Yeah, usually I'd nip in and have a look, but I haven't had a look this morning.
It looks a little bit, for want of better words, because it absolutely does not look Disney, but it looks a little bit Disney. Imagine someone saying, like, Visage or Reze, not Visage because that was like proper jump scary stuff, but something that's a little bit like in your face jump scares mixed with almost like maybe Five Nights at Freddy's is a better example than Disney. Something that's a little bit cartoony but scary.
It looks like it's been made in dreams.
It does. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. That's a good shout.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I can see it.
But yeah, I mean, usually I look on the Epic one because obviously this trailer it does an half decent job. But on when you go into the Epic Games Store, it shows you like screenshots and gives you a little bit more about it, which is usually where I try and make a judgment of whether or not I like to see it. But yeah, it looks a bit. I don't know. It's free, so
there's a bit like from 48 seconds in the trailer. I'll put it back on the screen for anyone that hasn't seen this. So from this bit at about 48 seconds in, it starts to look a little bit darker to me. So you've got like some sort of storeroom, something running at you from the dark, weird things, shadow monsters and blah, blah. So that's clearly the trailer giving you I wasn't listening to that, but if that was a Hollywood trailer, that's where you'd be getting the dun 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 dun, like sort of like thing. It was clearly that sort of quick cut moment building it up. So they're probably some of the best bits from within the game. But it looked okay. It looked decent enough. It's free. Yeah. It's free. Doesn't cost you a penny. There you go. Fill your boots. If you've got Epic Games, get yourself City Skyline installed now, and then from next Thursday, get that one installed. Winner. Free in Soundmind dinner. Let's go. Nice. Yeah. Just upstream from the bathroom said Tito. My bad, says Nietzsche. God damn it. To be fair, I've never seen Nietzsche and DrDisrespect in the same room. Have you?
Fair.
So it could be the same person. And also, to be fair, I hadn't seen Nietzsche stream on Twitch whilst DrDisrespect was streaming on Twitch. I only saw Nietzsche stream on Twitch after the doc had moved to YouTube. So,
yeah, fair.
Could be the same person. His name is Nietzsche. Nice. Okay, that is the end of the show. Thank you, everyone, for dropping in. We appreciate you for sticking around for the full show. Let me give you a recap of the news. We started off talking about how Microsoft is the best that no one ever was. Well, I say that no one ever was. That's actually incorrect, because last year it was Sega. Sega was the best, but now Microsoft is, so that's how it is. No, according to Metacritic's highest rated publisher, they basically have a chart to see the average scores that every game that publisher releases in a year. Last year, Sega had the best average score across their games. This year, they're down in 8th, which gave Microsoft a good chance to jump up and snatch the top spot just away from Sony, who are in 2nd. So Microsoft, on average, has made the best games over the last year. PlayStation, elsewhere, 8 more women have alleged sexual harassment and discrimination at PlayStation maker Sony. My Slack has just come to life. That's me getting notifications, not you, just in case you heard that. After that, we looked at the fact that DrDisrespect has settled his legal dispute with Twitch over the permanent ban that he got in 2020. Warzone is officially coming to mobile. Gamescom is officially having a physical event. And In Soundmind is officially a free game coming to Epic Games next week. Nice. Nietzsche isn't tall enough, and I'm more than a 2-time. Get them right. 6-time. The 6th time. 5 time. And on that bombshell, yeah, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you for sticking around. We appreciate you joining us for another week of Scoops. Do stick around. We are going to raid one of our friends. We always do. We like to finish the stream by giving you a chance to join into someone else's stream, give them a few extra viewers and help them with their metrics. But you also get to help your own metrics. You get to help yourself to a wedge of extra channel points, which are the sprinkles that you can spend on our channel. Whether you can do things like making us sit up straight, redeeming a level 3 helmet, or saving up to become a mod. Well, to get a mod rejection on the channel. Yeah, there you go. Save up enough to be denied moderation privileges, like Mr. Alotus UK is doing. So do stick around for the raiders. We will drop that one in our friend. A quick reminder that I mean, there was a couple of things to mention. I'm playing PUBG on Saturday. Bibby is probably playing WWE 2K on Sunday. But then there was a conversation about like tonight, Bib. Where does that sit?
It's still under construction at this moment in time.
Ooh.
It's 50-50, but obviously the only way that you're going to find out if we do actually go live is if you are following the channel already and you are following us on social media, because obviously that's where we put all of our go live notifications out for all you guys.
Lotus says PUBG tonight. Count me in, Kappa.
Yeah.
I think it was potentially a WWE-ish, but even then, I don't know. It's not confirmed. The only way you can know is to do what iLotus UK already does. And keep a follow on this channel on Twitch, and that way you do get notified. You can also follow us across all social media channels as well. But you know, I'm not going to steal that thunder because that's what Bibby says. Isn't that right, Bibby? Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much to each and every single one of you that have helped shape our 5 shows this week. Next week is a new week, so if you want to help shape those potential 3, maybe 4 shows, there's 2 ways you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. This is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms, or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. If you are watching us in any of our on-demand services, go into the description below. All the links you require will be listed there for you, but all we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time on Monday, Mr. Graham Day?
10 a.m.
That's burps.
Yeah, we will be back at 10 a.m.-ish on Monday with the next episode of The Scoop. 10 a.m.-ish tomorrow with your next PUBG installment. 10 a.m.-ish on Sunday for Bibby WWE Fun Times. And tonight, who knows? Maybe. But yeah, that's it from us. As we say, see you at 11:30 a.m. Nice. What, on Monday? How can I say? Tomorrow, maybe. Tomorrow it's a weekend. We'll see. I am the one mod to rule them all. Your applications will be denied, says Tito.
Fantastic.
I mean,
alligators are so angry because they got all those teeth and no toothbrush.
Exactly.
Alligators are so angry because they got all those teeth and no toothbrush, says Lotus. Thank you very much. But that's it. Yeah, we are going to disappear. We appreciate it for sticking around. Stick around for the raid. We are going to drop a 24-hour stream tomorrow. I mean, you got 13.5 hours last week. God damn. Stick around for the raid. God damn.
Nature is a bike seat sniffer.
Fucking alerts all over the place. I'm going to go before they come because my Slack is now coming to life. I need to do things. Until then, have yourselves a beautiful weekend. You're all beautiful. Remember to stay for Rusty.